Council, well, first off, good morning, everyone. Good to see you here. We've got to excuse some people here. Damien, Norman, Steve, Pam, Lisa, Sherry, Wayne, Donna. I guess Donna's online, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Tennille's online?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll scratch those two then. And Michael wanted to be excused, and Steve Gray. And Stan Wooden. Okay, we need a motion, Council.
Is that the chairman, sir?
And the chairman, right. Thank you, Fremont. Okay, Fremont has moved. Is there a second?
Great.
Ray? Question by Jordan. All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Online.
Tennille?
Yes.
Eileen?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
And Bill went out of the room.
Who? Oh, Bill?
10:01.
Yeah. 10-0-1. One not voting.
Okay. Council, our agenda will need to approve.
Chairman,
Yes, Donna?
with some of the programs being on travel are excused, who's on the agenda today?
We just have gaming. We haven't heard from them, so we're assuming they're going to come. But the casino was excused and Redco was excused, and we have a few resolutions there we can take care of.
Thank you.
This is Eileen. I need to get enrollment on the floor today. We have some that need to be enrolled along with a discussion. If we can do that after the resolutions.
After the resolutions, sure.
Thank you.
We need to approve the agenda. Jordan, moving. Second by Ray. Question by
Donna, and then also transportation program has a resolution too.
I have that.
We have it already, Donna, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor of approving our agenda?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Online.
Eileen?
Yes.
Tennille?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
11.
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
0.
Okay, we'll get right into the agenda then. I don't see the gaming people here.
We get through our resolutions.
We can, yeah, take care of the resolutions.
What happened to our pantry folder?
Next meeting. We need 2 of them to be returned too.
I got mine at picture.
Need your name on it.
Maybe they were in them boxes, Russell, when you got shredded.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, yeah. That's
Got word that, Christy Nolan, she's gonna, the bridge going right down out of Whitewood, going north. That first one, my grandparents' place is right around the bend. She's gonna name that bridge the Sergeant Philip Hyatt Bridge.
Oh, awesome.
I know, I'm really excited. So they told me anytime between Memorial Day and Veterans Day, we're gonna have a real big event for him. So
yeah, great.
you'll have to come
Yeah.
eat with us. Once again, when Trump honored my uncle and my mom, she said, I wonder if he knows where Lakota is our last name. It's the same thing we said with Christy Nolan. I wonder if she knows where it is. I'm real happy.
Okay, Council, I'm looking at the resolution from Marco Technologies. Do you have that? Is it, that's emergency, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. An emergency resolution, so we'll have to have a motion to bring it on as an emergency. Pardon me?
Numbers, what number?
She went to get her book.
The one with the Marco on it?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll pull it. Magic book.
You got the first one?
Yes.
Marco Technology. What's the number, kid?
115.
115.
Can I what? Not?
We'll need a mover to bring it on. Emergency legislation.
Well, as long as I don't have to read that small stuff. I'll do that. Might be before.
I'll get you my.
Yeah, I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to bring this on as emergency. Need a question? Fremont,
Yes.
all in favor?
All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 online.
Eileen,
Yes.
Danielle,
Yes.
Donna,
Yes.
11,
opposed,
0,
not voting,
0.
motion to approve.
Motion to approve resolution 2023-115.
Second by Ray.
I'll start at the 6 whereas. Whereas the Rosebud Sioux Tribe, DBA, Tribal Court, user, or leasee, you and your request to Rosebud Sioux Tribal Council approve the agreement with Marco Technologies LLC owner to lease and provide maintenance for office equipment related to the cost of $833.48 minimum monthly payment for a 60-day or 60-month term. Whereas the agreement will be governed by, construed in accordance with the laws of the principal place of owner Marco Tech, or if assignee the U tribe consents to jurisdiction and venue of any state or federal court in the state of owner, or if its assignee has its principal place of business and waive the defense of inconvenient forum for any action out of or relating to this agreement or the equipment, both parties waive all rights to a trial by jury. And therefore, be it resolved, the Rosebud Sioux Tribal Council adopts and approves the recommendation of the RST Budget Finance Committee and authorizes the agreement with Marco Technologies LLC owner to provide maintenance for office equipment and related services at cost of $833.48 minimum monthly payment for a 60-month term. Be it further resolved that the president of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe or his authorized delegate and or the tribal court administrator is authorized and directed to sign and execute the document or related to the agreement for maintenance services with Marco Technologies LLC.
Okay, our motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion or questions? Russell?
I hear you, I can tell what kind of issues. I guess, Eric, have you reviewed the agreement? Some of the language that we have in there just kind of. I know it's not any venue of any state or federal court in the state of owner, or if assigned to an assignee has a principal place of business and waives the defense of inconvenience or what all that mean?
Yeah, good morning, council. I got this after it was signed by the representative, the court administrator, and that language is in there. I don't know if we're on the air or not. Are we on the air?
Yeah, we're on there.
Yeah.
Need to go over
We should be, yeah, Zoom should do that, Tom.
Want to walk here?
Yeah.
Tribal Court request the Rosebud Tribal Council to accept the attached proposal and approve the purchase and services proposed in the amount of $399,000 for Sweetgrass Consulting LLP to conduct an elder needs assessment and draft a strategic plan that will have a long-lasting effect on our abused and neglected elders on a sole source basis due to this project being unique and there being no other firms of their caliber found to provide such services with extensive experience working with tribes and Native American people. And whereas the Rosebud Tribal Court also requests Rosebud Tribal Council to approve the proposal submitted by Sweetgrass Consulting LLP on a sole source basis and approve payment of the services contained therein. And therefore it be resolved that the Rosebud Tribal Council approves the sole source selection of Sweetgrass Consulting LLP proposal to conduct an elder needs assessment and complete a strategic plan needed for our abused, neglected elders in the amount of $399,000. Be it further resolved that the president of the Rosebud Tribe or his authorized designee is authorized and directed to sign and execute any documents needed to complete the purchase from Tyler Technologies. Is that the same thing?
This is a project that's just getting started.
No, I mean, but it says Tyler Technologies on the back. Is that the same? And then it says Sweetgrass Consulting throughout the whole other portion of it. And then on the back it says Sweetgrass proposal too, so I was just trying to clarify because it says Tyler Technologies in the resolution, so. I have to amend that to Sweetgrass instead of Tyler Technologies. So, did this go to,
Oh, yeah.
I don't, but I approved it as emergency, so Tanil, did this go to judiciary or no?
Yes.
It's just on the back where it says that be it further resolved, it says Tyler Technologies.
Is that a typo or?
Yeah. Tanil, is that a typo on the back? It says purchase from Tyler Technologies, but the rest of the resolution and the document says Sweetgrass proposal.
Yeah, I would just amend it because it should only be Sweetgrass.
As amended.
Is there any more discussion? You'll need a question.
Hold on, Russell. Let's ask a question.
Oh. Russell, go ahead.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, you know, it's a high dollar grant. Now, I'm assuming this grant is specific to this project. Then we claim that they're even conceding to the idea that outsiders come in here and try to work with me or any other elders. They're gonna have a hard time. And I think, I don't know, I was just reading some of the data here and basically, Owashiku County. I'm just kind of curious. I mean, spending a lot of dollars, you know, almost 400,000. Holy smoke! I'm just kind of, I don't know. I guess.
Mr. Chair.
Maybe Canelo can explain it a lot better because they came to judiciary.
You can let Tanil explain, maybe I won't have a question.
Okay.
If she goes first.
Janelle, you want to comment on this?
Yes, I do. So, Sweetgrass Consulting, they have been working with tribes for a long time. And basically, Cheryl saved this grant. She got an extension and she only has a certain amount of time to expend the funds. And so she is networking with these guys and they worked this out. But it's to benefit our elders, and this is a really good program. And so it just comes down to that timeline with the funding. She's got that funding that she has to hurry up and spend. So this is a good deal, honestly. Thank you.
Jordan.
Thank you. I guess, I would like to have seen it go to the IRB, to see where that data is gonna go after it's collected and things like that, to make sure that they're following our traditional values while they're talking to our elders and things like that, but, I understand it's a timeline, but we have those things in place now to kind of protect our data sovereignty and things like that, so.
You want to send it to IRB? You can do that.
Chairman,
Yes.
I think we have two types of IRB. We have the House IRB and we have the Education IRB. And if it's education, it can come to the Education Committee. It depends on which IRB, but those are the only two we have. Thank you.
Jordan?
Russell, do you sit on the IRB for the health board?
No.
Through that one? No?
No.
I would think that's where it would have to go because it's data collection. And I guess I'm just curious to see where they're gonna store that. Is that gonna be ours? Is that gonna be the tribes or where is that gonna be stored at? Hard to tell, right?
Right, I mean, it would come to, I mean, just looking at the page, they have a lot of people they work with, a lot of tribes, but, you know, we have to protect our resources too, and that's why we established the IRB. Right now, you know, everything goes to SGU, they go through that process, and then they recommend back to us until we establish our own board here. So that's kind of.
So, for our interest here, then we want to table it?
Chairman,
Yes, Donna, and then Bill?
that there's a deadline, so how long will it be tabled?
What's the deadline? Does anybody know?
Excuse me, no, I don't. All I heard earlier Neil say was there's some funding available to do this and it needed to be expended. So, and I didn't hear a deadline, but to be expended must mean soon.
I got Bill, then Jordan.
That was about the same question I had.
Jordan, go ahead.
Can we table this and maybe ask Cheryl to come down just to ask her where it's gonna be stored? I mean, I feel like that's our biggest concern right now, to make sure that it's protected. I mean, I'm kinda like Russell, you see them working with a lot of tribes, but I just kinda wanna make sure that it's here. If we could get it done today with her answering the questions down here, that'd be better, rather than us having to kick it back, but.
Well, we get too many items like this, they fire them in here the last minute. Not giving you guys a chance to even discuss them, you know, they come so quick and there's always a deadline. And it's almost like they're pushing you into accepting it, you know? Eric,
We have reviewed this, or?
You would have her come down, I can call her. I don't recall this going through this. I couldn't answer any questions about, you know, the contractor or the grant. I just saw, I see in the proposal that it was worked on by Cheryl, so.
Yeah, we could have her come down. Council, you want to take care of these other two while we're waiting?
I have it on the floor, so somebody's gonna have to table it.
Well, you can withdraw
Okay.
for now.
I'll withdraw.
We just withdraw for now. Okay. We'll bring that one back. What else we got here? You want to do the one from the Bureau of Indian Affairs?
Yeah.
You want to have that one?
I'll bring it on as emergency legislation.
117?
Second.
Good. Question by Ray. All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 online.
Eileen?
Yes.
Danielle?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
Linda?
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
0.
Okay, to approve.
Motion to approve.
Russell, second by
Jordan.
I'll start on, 6, whereas the U.S. Department of Interior Bureau of Indian Affairs Regional Office has notified the President, Rosebud Sioux Tribe of the availability of $327,000 to support the Peshla recovery of Lakota Sacred Site project. Whereas the BIA noticed the funding availability request the submission of a revised scope of work budget justification to reflect the amount of funds available. Whereas the Rosebud Sioux Tribe Land and Natural Resource Committee recommends the Rosebud Sioux Tribe to accept the funds and direct the RST Natural Resource Program to submit a revised scope of work budget and budget justification in amount of $327,000. Now therefore it be resolved that the Rosebud Sioux Tribal Council accepts the funds for the Peshla recovery of Lakota Sacred Site project and authorize the submission of revised scope of work, budget, and, yeah, that's kind of a typo there, I think. Scope of work, budget, and in accordance with the pursuant to Public Law 93-638 of the BIA Division of Natural Resources, Great Plains Region. Be it further resolved that the President of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe or his authorized delegate authorized and directed to sign any all related documents to support the tribe's acceptance of funds for Peshla recovery of Lakota Sacred Site in an amount of $327,000.
Is there any discussion? If not, we'll call for the question. Fremont. All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Eileen?
8.
Yes.
Danielle?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
Linda?
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
0.
All right, the next one is a resolution bringing on emergency legislation.
Which one's that?
That's the headdress.
Wow. That's cool.
118. Fremont? Second.
Second.
Okay. Jordan, question? All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Eileen?
Yes.
Danielle?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
Linda?
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
0.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve 118. Second, Fremont. Any discussion? I want to read it in, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, whereas the Rosebud Sioux Tribe Land and Natural Resource Committee has recommended to the Rosebud Sioux Tribal Council the tribe to approve a loan agreement service between the Rosebud Sioux Tribe and the United States Fish and Wildlife Service, the custodian of a wildlife product housed in a National Wildlife Property Repository at Rocky Mountain Arsenal National Wildlife Refuge, which he abandoned or forfeited through investigation and inspections by the service Office of Law Enforcement. Where the service agreement to loan and the tribe agreed to accept one American headdress comprised of adult bald eagle feathers, subject to the following terms and conditions. Some items shall be used by the tribe only for cultural, educational, public display purposes, which may include display in a tribal museum or university or used in ceremonies held on tribal land. The tribe shall provide adequate care, security for the item. The tribe is responsible for any damage to the item. The loan item shall not be donated, sold, or otherwise transferred to any other party, including individual tribal members of the individual members of the tribe for personal or commercial use without the prior consent of the service. The loan item shall remain in the custody of the Rosebud of the tribe and shall not be transferred internationally. Failure to adhere to provisions 1 to 4 above may result in immediate repossession of the item by the service. This loan shall be 5 years and may be extended after the period mutual consent of the parties. 5-year term will commence on the date of the loan agreement signed by the tribe. The item remains the property of the United States, and the service retains the right to request and return of the item. C50 CFR 12.3611. Now therefore be resolved that the Rosebud Sioux Tribal adopts and approves the recommendation of the RST Land and Natural Resource Committee and approves the MOU between the RST Game, Fish and Parks Department and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Be it further resolved, when the United States of America no longer has further use for this headdress in litigation, in recognition of the fact that the Native American headdress at issue was bestowed by the Rosebud Sioux Chief Leonard Crow Dog and is important cultural property of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe. The Rosebud Sioux Tribe Council calls upon the Secretary of Interior to return full title to said American headdress to the Rosebud Sioux Tribe, provided that it shall be used by the Rosebud Sioux Tribe for cultural, ceremonial, and educational purposes and ownership remains with the Rosebud Sioux Tribe. Be it further resolved that the President or his authorized designee is directed and authorized to sign the MOU on behalf of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe.
Question by Vanessa. All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Eileen?
Yes.
Tennille?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
11,
Opposed?
0,
Not voting?
0.
I have another, thank you. I have another resolution that we need to reconsider and amend. That's resolution 22-11.
Is that in here too?
I don't know, it's yellow.
It needs to be amended, Russell?
Yeah. We need to amend the resolution to add that language that's highlighted.
Okay, you need to bring it on.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to resolution, RST resolution 23-007 and 23-11 to include on both, be it also Be it also resolved that rules of Sioux Tribal Council authorize and direct the attorney for the tribe to sign and execute certificate of sponsor's attorney on behalf of the Rosebud Sioux tribe. That's what we need to. I think, Eric, you can kind of explain that a little bit.
There's a, good morning again, Council and Mr. Chair. In that resolution and in the agreement, it's water and sewer, isn't it, or sewer revenue department?
Yeah, it's the road development, allocated, $2 million for the Swiftberry community for their water system upgrade as a grant fund. But in the documents, remember, they had, I don't know why they wanted your signature on it.
Well, they wanted me to certify that the person authorized to sign the agreement has been duly authorized by the governing body, basically, and that he has the authority under the Constitution and tribal law to enter into that agreement. It's a certification that particular funding source requires in it. And it also requires me to sign, and I'm not going to sign anything but on behalf of the tribe without a resolution. So, when they brought that to my attention, they asked me to sign it. I said, well, the resolution needs to be amended, then I'll sign it.
Okay, any other discussion? Need a question? Vanessa? All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Eileen?
Yeah.
Janelle?
Yes.
Donna?
Yeah.
11.
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
0.
Second.
Fremont.
Ray.
Yeah, I have a resolution here for the police department. They have a grant that's due on May 3rd, so we can get it passed for their highway hearing.
It's got one more.
This other one?
Oh, there's two of them.
Oh, is it two? Yeah, the other one's a similar resolution, and that was for the Spring Creek project. And again, that was the Spring Creek Community Water System Upgrade. The $2,655,000 project, and it requires the signature of the attorney. So I'll make a motion to reconsider and amend resolution 23-77.
Second by Ray. Question, Jordan. All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Eileen?
Yes.
Janelle?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
11.
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
0.
Motion carried.
Thank you, I'm done.
Ray, you had a,
Yeah, I'll have a motion for emergency legislation.
I guess that'll be 119. Okay. Ray has moved, second by Jordan. Question? Bill? All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Eileen?
Yes.
Janelle?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
11.
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
0.
Motion to approve 23-119.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
I'll second.
Second by Vanessa.
Vanessa?
Okay, I'll start at the fifth whereas. Whereas the Bureau of Indian Affairs BIA Office of Justice Services OJS Indian Highway Safety Program IHSP is accepting applications, law enforcement grant application CFDA number 20-600 for implementation of traffic safety programs designated to reduce the number of traffic crashes, death, injuries, and property damage within Native populations for a 12-month cost reimbursable grant. Applications are due date is May 3rd, 2023 with no funding ceiling limit. And whereas the Rosebud Sioux Tribe Judiciary Committee recommends the Rosebud Sioux Tribal Council to authorize RST Law Enforcement Services, RST LES, and Sichanga Resource Development, SRD, to apply for and implement the IHSP grant, enhance and increase the RST LES's capacity to enforce RST Tribe traffic safety laws, and to provide for the maintenance of law and order within the boundaries of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe Reservation. And therefore be it resolved, the Rosebud Sioux Tribal Council adopts and approves the recommendation of the RST Judiciary Committee and authorizes the RST Law Enforcement Services and Sichanga Resource Development to apply for and implement the IHSP grant. And be it further resolved that the President or his authorized delegate is authorized to direct and sign and execute the application and any and all necessary documents thereof on behalf of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe.
Any discussion? We'll need a question. Jordan, all in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right.
Eileen?
Yes.
Danielle?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
11,
Opposed?
0,
Not voting?
0.
Chairman,
Yes, Donna?
I wanted to, I know Jordan withdrew her motion for the, courts on that Sweetgrass consultant, but I just wanted to, share that, you made a comment that they throw these things at us and we're not aware of it, but sometimes we are. We got on April 8th, 6th or 8th, we got a court report, courthouse report, and it was their March report. And in that report, they talked about this grant that was handed over to them to see if they could save it. And so I just wanted to share back with you that some of us do know and read the information that they send us. Thank you.
Jordan?
I was just, to clarify, I was just asking to make sure where that data was gonna be stored. That's the only reason why I withdrew it. So it's not that I'm not aware of what's going on, I just wanna make sure that our data is safe and that, like in timeliness to review the contract to make sure that Eric sees it and things like that. But I understand you do a lot of work with grants, and I don't want us to lose it, but at the same time, I just want to make sure that that stuff is safe and it's here and it's ours.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to bring resolution 116 back on the table.
Okay, we have a motion to get it back on the floor, and seconded by Ray. Cheryl, would you have some comments?
I just came down to, good morning, council, excuse my oversight there. I just wanted to come down to answer any questions you might have about this project and the grant. We have roughly 17 months left to spend, $700,000 for this grant. It was set to expire September 30th of 22. I was able to convince the Department of Justice to give us a 2-year extension. So we've got until September 30th of 24 to get this project done and to try to get some real helpful information together that will help us serve and protect our elders well into the future with the long-term strategic plan. And so I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
I think the main one that we're thinking of was what happens to all the data.
Okay.
Who ends up with that?
When you're doing human research, there's really strict protocols on confidentiality. And I believe that Tribal Health Administration serves as the tribe's IRB. And so I've been in contact with them to get the evaluation okay and all that. And there are specific rules about confidentiality, not sharing names or storing names and all of this stuff. But the end product, the needs assessment and the strategic plan will come back to council. And although the court does not normally run elder assistance programs, I wanted to do this to try to save the money and for the tribe and to also get these services to the elders. So it's going to be a tool for you all to use into the future to make sure our elders are protected.
I think I know a little bit about this too. I believe that the team that is going to be doing it, they're pretty solid. I believe Leanne Mattingly works for TIPO, and she can understand our language too. So it won't be, completely just what she does coming in and talking to our elders. We're going to have our own people that will be administering the conversations, because that's what it is. It's conversations and getting our elders to be comfortable again with the court system, because for a long time we've kind of had miscommunication, and so it's kind of like rebuilding that bridge between the court system and our elders, because oftentimes the burden for court falls on our elders. So I think this would be a really good idea, and I was looking at how they budgeted their money and stuff, and a lot of their budget is going to fall on a team that's going to carry every elder on their shoulders. So as far as she said that she's been talking to the health board about the IRB. So in my opinion, I think that this would be something really good for our elders if we could pass this. Thank you.
Do you have a Lakota speaker at which committee? Court?
Judge Marshall, and
Judge Marshall, nobody else?
he's the only fluent speaker on staff. We have a lot of staff who are not fluent but understand and can converse on a more on a lower level. But we do have translators identified that we can call on when we need them.
So a lot of times, the elders, they need somebody to translate for them,
Yep. I agree, and we'll be prepared for those situations.
Chairman, can I get the floor for Robert? Sure.
And I brought this issue up 3 years ago. And at that time, that administrator, we had a different administrator, and I really emphasized that they get a Lakota translator up there. Because there's what Ms. Ayat said over there, there's a lack of communication between the elders and the judicial system because of lack of understanding. We don't understand that. When you're saying ex parte, court order, a grandma, 80-year-old grandma's not going to understand what that means. So that translator should have been there telling grandma what that ex parte means. A lot of these policies that are being followed by the court system our elder people don't understand that. So there's this, they have a tendency to misconstrue a lot of the decisions by the court system because we don't understand that. And that's one of the reasons why 3 years ago I really pushed for a translator, Lakota speaking translator, to be at that court system to guide our elderly people, those that are not comfortable speaking English. This translator could talk to the elderly people and saying, this is what this means, this is what you have to do, and this is the way it's going to be. But up to this day, 3 years now, we don't have anything. And that's what I really pushed for 3 years ago. And it's behooving to me that 3 years later, here we are still talking about that. Now, how many grandmas and grandpas were not finding justice because of lack of communication? A lot of this misinformation that's being put out there. You know, like a lot of these grandmas, when I worked up at the court, a lot of these grandmas didn't understand what the heck they were talking about. So not only did I have to work my position, but I had to go over there and sometimes sit in the court system to translate to the Lakota people what the judge and the prosecutor and defenders were talking about. But I think that it's high time that we get somebody up there to understand that. We're talking about protecting the elderly. That's an obstacle that we got to overcome in order to effectively protect our elderly people. When you're saying ex parte protection order, grandma don't know what they're talking about. So I think there's somebody that needs to be there to fully explain so that grandma could go home comfortable knowing that they're being protected. Same with law enforcement. Law enforcement needs some Lakota speakers on their staff. We don't have that. We're talking about losing our Lakota language, and it's a clear cut on what's happening today. Because the Lila Lakota Kenioha, I think that they're being served injustice because of lack of communication. And from our part, from the program, the tribal council's part, they should have done a better effort to explain to our Lakota people the way things are. We don't have that. We think that we're Washitus. We're not. As long as we think we're Washitus, our skin colors aren't going to change. And I always emphasize that we got to protect our elderly people. And this is one way to start. You got to get a translator up there. Police department's got to get a translator with their staff. All these programs should have Lakota speakers on their staff. Several years ago, I went to a tribal program and I spoke to them in Lakota. And they told me to speak normal. That's a bunch of crock, you know. It shouldn't be that way. If you look at the resolution back in 1971, every meeting, committee meeting, the operation services by the tribal program are all supposed to be spoken in our language. I don't know if that resolution's ever been rescinded or not because we're drifting further and further away. So there was a study done by a young lady, respective lady on the reservation. And they said within 10, 15 years, we're going to lose our language. And we're helping that by not being able to provide assistance to our elderly people. Thank you very much for letting me speak, you guys.
Robert would be a perfect translator. He understands the court system, he speaks the language, he communicates well with elders. Do you want to come to work for us as our translator?
Hey, I wasn't pitching for a job here.
No, but you know, that's the thing. There's very few people with your background and education and experience who understand, you know, the judicial system who can do that job. We need you. Can you come? Can we hire you?
Oh, I wasn't really fully expecting this, but let me give it a thought, because I'm really high priced. I don't know if you guys can. Let me give it a thought.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Russell, you have some.
Yeah, I think maybe just to be on the safe side, you know, any data, again, going back to Jordan's concern, you know, we should retain any collected data here. I mean, just outlining some of the things that they're going to get into, and I hope anything, majority of our people, the elders, you know, there's only few left anymore that speak the language. but there are other elders, and I really seriously think we should insert another whereas, and just to let this company know. I mean, it sounds like they work. They sound like they're a multi-billion-dollar operation. And somebody said they're going to work with somebody here locally.
RST.
Yeah, you got it. And we should emphasize that, you know, we have to protect our data. And who knows, we can develop something off of that ourselves. You know, just like my Kalau over there, you know, talking about the importance of language. You know, I'm sure they can come and hire a few people that can go out and contact some of these people and be a buffer zone. I'm sure George Marshall's not going to be going around talking to, or I might even request that myself. Because when I speak to George Marshall, I speak to him in Lakota. Because we have that connection. Anyway, we should have that in our resolution.
I believe the IRE plan has to specify where the raw data will be stored. That would be like individual interviews with elders or whatever. And then after a certain period of time, it is destroyed.
Yeah.
But if you have a preference on where that should be stored and how long it should be retained, yeah, put another whereas in the resolution.
Well, that's what we have our, oh, Louis Apelo, that's actually a wag like a, yeah, traditional.
Oh, traditional.
Eric, you want to insert another whereas for this resolution?
We were just discussing that, and we have an amendment to that to make sure the tribe retains sole interest or ownership interest in, she has it.
Because there's always this thing about when you go out and visit elders, I can speak all day, but if I'm misunderstood or mistrended, that's going to offend me. So I think we need that protection of that.
No, and that brings up an example. I got called by an author who worked with an elder from Rosebud years ago, and they don't even remember their last name, but they wanted me to consent to allow them to use the information and their conversations in their book. And I said, well, there probably still are family members and relatives of that person. I said, not only that, that's probably some information that I can't authorize them to use, and so they decided they couldn't use it. But that happens all the time, that people try to use information that they gather from discussions from some of our tribal members, either deceased or elderly, and they try to use them in the book and in order to enhance their sales or enhance the book's interest. So yeah, we should really watch out for that. It's not copyrighted, but this is one way we can protect that information.
Well, can you develop that language and then go ahead and process it as amended?
Sure.
And Cheryl can go back to the office and look for a search for Lakota speakers.
I found one.
Okay, are we ready to move along?
I tried, so you better negotiate with
Jordan?
But it still has that same number, right?
Yeah, I was saying,
So should I?
what's there, right, we just need a question.
I think it's been brought off the table.
Do you need a question or we take a vote?
Yeah, just a question.
Gordon? All in favor?
Jordan questioned it already. I mean,
Jordan, right?
Sarah brought it back on.
Or wait, second.
All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Neil,
Yes.
Donna,
Yes.
11.
opposed,
0.
not voting,
0.
motion carried.
So, full source is approved for Sioux Crest with the amended.
With the amendment.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I think there was another question on your
Marco.
Marco. But I think that was referred back to committee. I thought you were messing up my order here, that arm.
It's all right there. It's all right there. You must have.
So, which one's next?
Now that Eileen's here, I'm gonna go out and have a break.
I guess.
What the emotion got up? Remember you promised us a raise?
Yeah. I'll spend some money.
Council, Eric handed me some action here we need to take on a borrowing resolution. I think we need to extend the date.
You
Okay.
Morning, council officers. Let's have all the copies. Okay, what this is, if you look on the second page, it's a $1 million revolving line of credit with Wells Fargo. And that is renewed annually. And right now, this current one, there was a motion made back in April 14th of 2022. And it's motion by Dura to renew the terms of line of credit RST borrowing resolution Wells Fargo to March of 2023. So if you look on the last page of that resolution, it expired March 31st, 2023. However, they're giving us a grace period till Friday. What they're going to do is, what this is a line of credit we have, and it basically programs use it when they're low on cash. Right now, we have a $35,000 loan over there from IT, and they use it for cash. So if this doesn't get approved, then that loan will have to be paid off immediately. But we really use this line of credit for our programs. And what they do, if you look at that, is a different kind of resolution, and Eric can probably explain that. We just need the motion, but Wells Fargo does their own resolution. Right, Eric?
The simplest way to extend the line of credit is for this resolution 2023-313 to be reconsidered and amended to change the maturity date, and this is on page 3 in the it's probably one of the whereas it needs to be changed from March 31st, 2023 to March 31st, 2024. And that revolving line of credit will be continued to be available, and it won't have to be repaid under the terms of this agreement, which sounds like an immediate repayment.
And so we'll be coming back again annually to have this done. So today I'm asking for a motion to renew that. It's the same language there, but just say to March of 2024. March 31st, excuse me, 2020.
I'd like to make a motion to renew the terms for the line of credit, the RST borrowing resolution Wells Fargo to March of 2024.
Let's, I guess we need to get Russell in here.
Oh, shoot, it's Thursday.
It'll be March 31st.
Right.
March 31st,
Yeah.
24?
Yeah,
Okay.
please. Thank you.
Chairman,
Yes.
while we wait, can I just explain what was passed out?
Sure.
Yeah, it was our training that happened, out to the casino. There's a bill that's still outstanding, and, I just referred back to budget and finance so I could find the money for it. And it just kind of shows the bill, what was there, and there was, 597 employees that attended, which is a little over half, so half still in the 10. But, this is just for you guys' information purposes, but it will get referred back to budget.
Don't need any action today.
No.
Okay. Thank you, Ray.
How much half attended?
Yeah, over half.
Oh,
And it was mandatory, but,
damn.
well, three.
Good job. What's gonna happen to those employees that didn't attend?
Oh, really? What's gonna happen?
It's mandatory.
Eric, what's gonna happen to him?
Well, isn't it that insubordinate?
Mandatory, yeah.
Yep. We'll let the chairman handle that.
Right?
We're waiting for Russell to come in.
Russell, what are you?
You just lit up a good Marlboro. Yeah. Called him back in.
Use the whip on him.
I could have bribed him with lunch, but it's not here.
You don't get no lunch if you don't come in. So Ray, did she not have any money for that training or?
She paid, the cost out there, out of her budget, and she don't have the remaining funds for it. And she was waiting on the final billing from that guy, so that was the final total.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one thing we really need to stress to our programs is better planning so they can put it in their budget. Because it's a dream to find money back there, you know? If they put it in their budget, then, you know, then they're gonna have, I'm sure, they can work with whatever vendor and they can get a quote and put it in their budget for other training, you know, that way it'll be in their budget and they can explain it in their justification. And they submit their next budget.
We're not cheap.
Oh.
Yes, you know where it could come out of.
Digging up the jars.
I know. She the money chain back.
Building.
I don't know, they told me to get back in here.
Good old Marlboro.
Must be 100.
Along with
Old gossip say.
They cut me short again.
Now, he had that cigar about like this, I brought it back in.
Hey, no respect.
Okay, we need to amend the Wells Fargo agreement. That's what we need to do. We do that just by motion?
Yeah, you want it, so I make a motion to renew the terms for the line of credit, the RST borrowing resolution Wells Fargo to March 31st, 2024.
Second? Jordan? Question? Ray? All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 online.
Donna?
Yes.
Dwight?
Oh.
Danielle?
Yes.
11,
Opposed?
0,
Not voting?
1.
If you had
No, thank you, boys.
that number, and you guys call me in here, you had 11 people.
Dwight, what's going on?
Right, just
Dwight just came on.
Now I can go back and. Go
Let
to
it
that
the other half.
Yeah.
Right, just came on.
Russell, while we have you back in the room, do we need to look at resolution number 77?
What?
We already did that one.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's done.
Yeah.
That's the one that mentions, value engineering.
It was just a value agreement. That was a spring.
Yeah,
The spring.
those 2 projects, they needed attorney signatures. So we passed
Yeah, both of them are the same.
Yeah, we're just spring fix, not really into it, but.
Now we have this transportation.
We have a
This
transportation.
is the one you're trying to get payment for?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's that, personnel one. Yeah, we'll just refer back to budget.
Okay, we're looking at a transportation resolution. We want to have that?
Yeah, the real quick one.
Which one?
It's a transportation dealing with,
Is that KLJ?
is that it, Keith? Yeah. KLJ?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a new one, right?
Go ahead, Ray.
Motion for emergency legislation.
The number.
120.
Second by Jordan.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, question by Fremont. All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Donna?
Yes.
Dwight?
Oh.
Danielle?
Yes.
11,
Opposed?
0,
Not voting?
1.
Motion to approve 23-120.
Second. We got a motion and a second. And Ray will read.
All right, we'll start at the ninth whereas. Whereas the RST Transportation Committee has recommended the Rosebud Sioux Tribe select KLJ Engineering LLC, 4585 Coleman Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 58503 on a sole source basis, and approve and authorize the agreement between the owner and engineer for professional services. The agreement to assist the RST Transportation Program with engineering, design, and construction administration services. BIA Route 1 Shoulder Safety Improvement Project, the project to pave the shoulders of BIA Route 1 from US Highway 18 to approximately 5.2 miles south to recent construction just north of the intersection with BIA Route 9. The project consists of asphalt paving, 4-foot wide shoulders, rumble strips, and stripping. And whereas the agreement is to be governed by the laws and regulations of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe, and whereas total compensation for services set forth in the agreement, Exhibit A, is estimated to be $156,750, and reimbursable expenses not accounted for in the compensation for basic services, and any compensation for additional services in accordance with the terms of the agreement. And whereas the owner and engineer agree that they shall first submit any and all unsettled claims, counterclaims, disputes, and other matters in question between them arising out of or relating to this agreement or the breach thereof, disputes to mediation by a mutually agreed upon mediator. Owner and engineer agree to participate in the mediation process in good faith. Process shall be conducted on a confidential basis and shall be completed within 120 days. If such mediation is unsuccessful in resolving a dispute, then 1, the parties may agree to dispute resolution of their choice, or 2, either party may seek to have the dispute resolved by the court of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe. And whereas the Rosebud Sioux Tribe find it is in the best interest of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe to enter into the agreement and agrees to and accepts the terms and conditions of the agreement. And therefore be it resolved that the Rosebud Sioux Tribe agrees to and adopts the recommendation of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe Transportation Committee and approves the selection of KLJ Engineering LLC, 4585 Coleman Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 58503 on a sole source basis, and approve and authorize the agreement between the owner and engineer for professional services to assist the RST Transportation Program with engineering, design, and construction administration services to pave the shoulders of BIA Route 1 from US Highway 18 to approximately 5.2 miles south to recent construction just north of the intersection with BIA Route 9. The project consists of asphalt paving, 4-foot wide shoulders, rumble strips, and stripping. And be it also resolved that the president of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe or his designee are authorized and directed to execute the agreement between owner and engineers for professional services.
Any discussion?
Chairman,
Yes, Donna?
I don't know if we can amend this to say that 1, 2, 3, 4, like the 5th whereas, where it says Transportation Committee, change them all to say, Governmental Affairs Committee, because that's the committee it went through to get, to come for emergency legislation. Thank you.
Is that it? No. Any questions?
Donna,
Go ahead, Donna.
I'll question.
Eric has a question.
Hold your question for a moment. We need to hear from Eric.
Just briefly, council, the resolution was originally drafted by my office, the Transportation Committee. I received it and reviewed it end of March, but there was no Transportation Committee meeting during the month of March. That's why went through governmental affairs, the season is beginning in the month, and the funding has to be committed, and, in order for the construction season for it to start in time, that's why there's went through governmental affairs, and I reviewed the language, and so I would suggest that you pass the resolution as amended, so transportation, the reference to transportation committee is changed to government affairs.
Okay, Donna, you want a question?
Yes.
All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Donna?
Yes.
Dwight?
No.
Daniil?
Yes.
Bob?
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
0.
Right, this one is an amendment.
Transportation.
Is that one?
Oh, the second one?
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess just changing an amount.
that's good. Okay. Yeah.
And we're amending it?
We're amending it from 152 to 153. The Sherry County.
Is it increased by $161?
Oh, that. Oh, okay. All right.
Motion to reconsider and amend
Okay. See it.
22-52.
Is there a second?
Which one is this?
The transportation one with that cherry Todd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I'll second.
if you look on the resolution that's attached on page 2, it's up in the corner here. It's just increasing it by $161.
Second by Darrell. Okay, need a question? Vanessa? All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Donna?
Yes.
Dwight?
Oh.
Daniil?
Yes.
11,
Opposed?
0,
Not voting?
1.
Motion carried. Is there more in the packet?
No, that's
We're done.
Really?
Do you need action
You're
on
not
this one
gonna
or
go
no?
over there and start handing some more out, are you?
Oh, she had enrollment.
Yeah, we have some enrollment stuff to do. I think,
I need enrollment, but I need enrollment to come over.
okay.
I'll bring them. A break? I did a break?
You want to take 5?
Yeah.
What about this, bill that's been passed out?
Yeah, I'll just refer back to budget and finance because I'm not sure where the money would come from. Yeah, so, but kind of for you guys' information on the whole.
This one here,
Yeah.
So this is the one that only half of the employees
Half
have
of the
to?
employees only.
Gee, and it's on discrimination, harassment, bullying, and stuff.
You will take 5.
5 minute break, council.
Russell, did you say the other half of that Marlboro?
No, but I saved the other half
Dubbed
of
it
the
out.
coffee that I was trying to get rid of.
Russell?
She's trying to pull that, what was it you call it? Robert's Rules of Order stuff. You explain Robert's Rules of Order to me and then I'll come in. You made that law. You're the legislator. Stars in our arms, oh, interesting about him.
Nicole, you smoke? You don't.
of the parent shall be eligible for enrollment in the Rosebud Sioux tribe, and therefore be it resolved that all pending applications for enrollment shall be subject to this resolution and Article 2, membership of the Constitution and bylaws of the Rosebud Sioux tribe. There's six on this.
Okay, we have a motion, second, and a question to approve 2023-54. All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Donna?
Yes.
Damien? Danielle?
Yes.
11.
Opposed?
0.
Not voting?
1.
Motion to approve resolution 2023-55.
Second by Fremont.
Hold on.
That's the six, right?
124, we just did 6.
Oh,
So 124. Okay.
This is a
Discussion? Call for the question. Russell? All in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Donna? Wayne Frederick? Dwight?
Say the motion again?
Repeat the motion.
To end Zoom and have all council and committee meetings in person effective immediately.
Oppose.
It's 4. Opposed.
Opposed?
1,
Donna oppose?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wayne.
Wayne Frederick?
8.
Could you read me the motion?
To end Zoom and have all council and committee meetings in person effective immediately.
Oppose.
9.
Dwight?
Dwight opposed.
Dwight.
Yeah, that's 9. 4.
I oppose.
Not voting, 0. 4, 9, 0. 4, 9, 0.
Motion failed.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we adjourn and have lunch?
Yeah. Motion to adjourn.
Are we adjourning?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe at some point, I'd like to visit with enrollment, on the resolution, how they propose. And I'll visit with Eric too, because we have to insert some other language in there. Down the road, someone's gonna sue us. And, we better be prepared.
Is there a mover to adjourn?
Right.
Eileen, second, Kira, question?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, all in favor to adjourn?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Dwight?
I want to.
Wayne, yes.
Wayne Frederick?
Highway 60.
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
11.
We're adjourned. We're having lunch. Thank you, guys.
Russell? Boy, you big gosh.
Mr. Michael.
Neil Prayer.